By Friday, nearly 70% of the firms in the S&P 500 had announced quarterly results, and so far, so good. Thomson Reuters data show that 66% of these companies have beaten revenue projections, and nearly 70% have surpassed earnings forecasts compared to 65% over the previous 4 quarters. As it stands now, if the rest of the S&P's components report quarterly results in line with estimates, fourth quarter earnings for the S&P 500 companies will grow 5.2%. Thomson Reuters had projected a 1.9% rise.
The U.S. service sector expanded at a marginally slower pace in January, according to the Institute for Supply Management's non-manufacturing index. The January reading of 55.2 wasn't much removed from the December reading of 55.7 and indicated steadiness in non-manufacturing activity.
You may not believe it, but last week the President asked Capitol Hill lawmakers to pass a smaller package of spending cuts and tax reforms that would delay the economically damaging effects of the sequester for a few more months. Some analysts think Democrats will push to end tax cuts for energy firms in an effort to generate more revenue and stave off deeper cuts planned for March 1st. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell commented that raising taxes on private jets or energy companies amounted to gimmicks in lieu of real solutions to reducing the deficit.
The NASDAQ settles in at a 12-year peak. The tech-heavy index closed at 3194 Friday, up a little under 0.5% across the 5 trading days. The S&P gained a little over 0.3% last week, settling in Friday at 1518. Yet the week was mixed, with the Dow pulling back a little over 0.1% to close in at about 13993 Friday. On the COMEX, oil ended the week at 96.40 a barrel. Gold at $16.69 an ounce, and gas price averaged about $3.57 a gallon on Friday on a AAA survey. That was nearly a 4-month peak.
The last 30% of the S&P 500 will continue reporting their earnings reports this week, so we've got a lot of those to watch out for.
The Commerce Department presents reports on January retail sales and December business inventories on Wednesday.
Thursday, we'll see the latest initial jobless claims figures.
And February's initial University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Survey comes out Friday, along with data on the industrial production.
That's what we're looking at this week. My name is Eric Hagen.
And I'm Greg Petrie.
We'll keep our finger on the pulse of the economy and report back to you next Monday.
So please, subscribe, and we'll talk with you then.